Death Stranding 2 was announced a long time ago, but we actually got a release date, and so the game is going to be coming out on June 26th. Although you can get early access with June 24th if you get the deluxe edition or the collector's edition. And pre-orders go out on March 17th, so you have just a few days, about a week until pre-orders go live. And to honor this, we got a pre-order trailer, which is about 10 minutes long. So it is a really long trailer. There's a lot to go through. So just a bit of a recap for those of you who either haven't played Death Stranding in a while or those of you who haven't played Death Stranding at all. The game takes place post Death Stranding, which is an event which resulted from multiple void outs, which are where BTs, which are basically these ghost entities, show up, and because they have antimatter in their bodies, if they come into contact with a physical body, then they can cause basically a giant nuclear explosion. So this basically just at once, the whole world just got multiple void outs and just communication was cut. There's this material called chiral crystals that get into the atmosphere. They cut off communication. So basically different pockets of humanity are no longer able to communicate with each other. They're all separated. And this chiral stuff also causes time fall, which means that if anything it touches, it accelerates time. So traveling between, various human settlements is very difficult. So basically the human race has been fractured across the world. And it's your job to create networks that will allow these pockets of humanity to be able to communicate and share information and basically just reconnect. So that's basically the goal of the first game. Since then, what it says in the trailer is that this is taking place 11 months after the events of Death Stranding. And what is new is that people are now moving freely between the world and the beach. The beach is the land of the dead. And servers have been established along the beach, which now allow automated deliveries to be carried out via the chiral network. So now Sam no longer has to, go out and physically transport these things because that's all been automated. Also, there is a thing called a plate gate, which is now connects all continents. So originally, you basically Sam was within the former US. Now he's able to go to other parts of the world. So now, humanity is starting to reconnect. However, all the events of Death Stranding have started tar currents, which are shaking the earth and causing a bunch of disruption. The environment is becoming warped due to chiralium, which is the chiral crystals. And you have this new big ship thing called the DHV Magellan, and it's riding these tar currents. So, humanity is finally reconnecting, but that sharing of ideas comes with problems. And part of that is this new kind of cult or faction that seems to be, mysteriously spreading throughout the beach. So that is where this game's going to take place. So what we can expect from this new trailer is that we're going to be getting a lot more information on still mothers. So still mothers are where you get your BBs. Those are the little baby that Norman Reedus carries around. BBs allow people to see these BTs, BTs standing for beach things or these ghosts. So normal people cannot see them, which is a problem because if you come into contact with one, you're going to cause a giant explosion. However, when you see them, you can avoid them. So, having a BB is really important, and we get those from still mothers. We're going to get a lot more information on that. The guy who starts the intro to the trailer is smuggling them into the US through Mexico. So this seems like something that happened in the past. We're getting a lot more biomes. We see a desert, we see a jungle. Of course, we see tundra, and not just like in the mountains like what we got last time, but kind of flatter areas, with water and whatnot. We're getting some natural disasters this time. Before we had all the timefall storms, but now we're getting sandstorms, we're getting avalanches, that sort of thing. So a lot more is going on in the world. The world's a lot more vibrant. We're getting new kinds of BTs, including what looks like a BT Voltron, where it takes multiple BTs and they connect together to create a really, really big one. And then on the other hand, we see one where they merge with the ship, and that's one too. So we're going to get some giant kaiju fights in this game. We're also getting a lot of new tools and spears. We see Sam use tools and weapons. We see Sam using what looks like a spear to stop a truck in its path. We're getting also new transportation methods. We see some monorails. It looks like we're getting a customizable truck. And it looks like we have some vehicular combat going on in the background too. So all in all, very exciting. A lot of stuff going on in this trailer. I highly recommend you check it out. And if you haven't played Death Stranding, definitely go through and play that, or at least watch some sort of video that kind of recaps the story. But this is a game that I highly recommend you play because I often get asked the question, if you could go back and replay a game for the first time, which game would it be? And for me, I'm usually fine playing a game a second or third time, but Death Stranding is really a game that's designed for that first impression. You know, cresting a hill and you're walking in silence and suddenly the music hits, and when you know it's coming, it doesn't hit the same way. So this is really something that's meant to be experienced, not told. So I do highly recommend you play the game if you get the chance. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Like I said, it comes out in June, so it's not that far away. And pre-orders come up in March 17th. And I know Antoine always says, don't pre-order, don't pre-order, don't pre-order. I'm sorry, Antoine. I am pre-ordering this game as soon as I can. So definitely looking forward to it.